Hi, gorgeous girls. Can I speak? So on Sunday we had a campfire. It's our last live campfire right now until we, for a bit. But I do have other offerings for you coming up this Sunday coming and next Sunday coming. For the next 2 Sundays, I have some pre-recorded interviews, interactions, and other videos like this that hopefully will keep your interest or curiosity to step into wherever you're stepping into and whatever it kind of feels like right now. And of course, any interaction is welcomed if you so choose to. On our group on Facebook, and of course you can always message me. I can do my best getting back in touch with you. And we have a few other things actually coming up, but for now I wanted to talk to you about, there were 3 different components to stuff that we talked about on Sunday. And the first one was, what I wanted to talk to you about was the tree. We did a little meditation and then talked a bit about what the tree represents. Not only the physical tree that we've known all of our lives, but how that parallels to us as a tree, rooting ourselves, going through seasons. Oh, clearly I'm having a little bit of tricky time speaking, but I'm not going to delete this because this is my second time doing this video. So I shall soldier on. With that in mind, considering such, the one piece that I suggested for you to do was get outside. Get outside. Put your phone down, even put your books down. Get your butt off that couch and just stroll. Go look at trees, look up at the sky, wonder, listen to the cardinals. Just kind of go, you know? I said this the other day to Dave, and I said, you know what? Up until about a couple years ago, I didn't see the trees. I didn't see the birds. I didn't hear the birds. I don't know. You know, when life is going so fast, I know it's the stop and smell the roses, but really. So thinking about the trees, getting outside, I really encourage you to walk. There's more and more studies out there that are blowing my mind, and no pun intended on that one, as to the effects of just walking. Just walking. You don't have to be walking super fast. We don't have to be running marathons or walking marathons. We just need to get outside and move. We're also finding studies, scientists, doctors are discovering the effects of not just walking, but with the physical response that your body has to walking, but your psychological. How important it is for us to get out there and breathe, look, wonder, listen, just be, to be. It's amazing. And here's the thing, even when we think we have all these other responsibilities, which we do, all these other tethers, which we do, just saying, if we don't start changing, if we don't start doing things differently, if we don't start saying, I goofed up, I was wrong, or maybe you have the answer, and listen. If we don't start doing this, our kids won't figure it out. Well, they might figure it out. I shouldn't say that. But we're figuring it out. If you're listening to me right now, you're on the path to figuring it out. It's just now about us making brave, courageous choices to change how we have always done what we've done. So one of the neat little tools that, I don't even know if it's a tool, but it's just something that has evolved with me. I am obsessed with trees and drawing them, and considering I only draw as well as probably when my kids were 6. And And I just love the simplicity of drawing up a tree. But then this whole comparative and really thinking about the tree and the seasons that she goes through and the seasons that I go through, you go through. Not only did we or are you going through your monthly season, our seasons in our lives right now. And right now, this transformative period in our lives is winter. And we're kind of forging through the fire to get to our second spring, where there's lots and lots to be hopeful for. So with that in mind, as we prepare ourselves mentally, physically, it's all about right now getting outside. But if I can offer you this is my tree. And if I can explain it to you, and you know, there's no rules to this. I've just created this myself to what works for me, and maybe however, whatever it looks like. But I was surprised how difficult I found this. Here we go. So on this side of my tree over here, I have Anna and Josie. Anna is my great grandmother, Anna Delaney. She died when she was 39. She had a 1-year-old. I think the other one was 5 maybe. My grandma was 12 and her sister was 13. Anna had actually had 7 births. 4 of them lived. And Anna's husband was a doctor, my great-grandfather, and he brought in friends of his as he saw that Anna was dying. He brought, because she had pneumonia, brought them in to see if there was some medicine for her. A year later, penicillin was released to the public. So, again, these women before us who maybe didn't even have the privilege to go through menopause. The privilege. What do we think about that, right? And then I've got Josie. Josephine. She was an immigrant from Italy, my dad's mom. She was diagnosed with breast cancer when she was my age. She died less than 10 years later. And again, the privilege of the medicine, the awareness, and where we are today. She's also the woman who started 2 businesses in downtown Kirkland Lake in northern mining town. And and it was like her English was her second language. And she did it, you know? So all of them, even if you don't know your maternal and paternals, you know, it's all of these women who have come in contact with us, who are with us today, who we're carrying with us. And then we're going over here to my other side is where I always say my great-great-granddaughter. Whether, again, that's a physical, whether you have babies that came out of you or not, it's just a figure of speech. It's all of those women now who are coming after us, who we have impressioned up to this point, and how many more do we have to have contact with in the future? We have this place where we can say, okay, these gifts were offered to me, these beliefs, these values were offered to me, but I'm not going to hold them any longer. I'm going to let them go. I'm going to take this moment of courage and make some shifts so that my great-great-granddaughter, for the girls, for my daughter's friends, for the cashier at the grocery store, how we choose to show up can offer pieces to each and every one of those that we come in contact with. So the tree, I chose 4 roots, kind of like 4 pillars. Mine were, again, it was hard, and I may change these. Be flexible with yourself, like a tree. Listen deeply, recognizing I don't have all the answers. Integrity, do not betray myself. Truth, recognizing there's a truth in me, listen to it. And there's a truth out there. Vitality and the contagiousness that I believe in, the vitality of life and the possibility. So then the center, so we're up here with the big, beautiful bloom of what we reach out into the world. In the center of that, who is that? Who are you? Who are you? And even if you can't totally answer who are you, what is something that really, really roots you? Really kind of says, that's a game changer. That thing when you hit the fork in a road, it's a strong yes, it's a strong no, it's a hard right, it's a hard left. And mine is show up for her. And I still have to say to myself, show up for her, little her, because I still do struggle with compassion for Andrea, the 53-year-old. But it's interesting. I can give a lot of compassion to Andrea, the 12-year-old, the 8-year-old, even Andrea, the 42-year-old. I have so much compassion for her and love for her as we mother ourselves, right? So then these are my 3 offerings that I wish for right now to offer to the world. To maybe it's my purpose, maybe it's just what feels really strongly with me right now. And so the first one over here is about being open and having wonder in life and curiosity, allowing, trusting the perfectly peculiar, which we've talked a lot about. And then the other one up here is I put non-judgy, but really it was about walking in grace. Not just gratitude, but grace. Recognizing that everybody is doing the best they can, and whatever they're bringing to the table right now is the best they can, and being kind with myself that this is the best I got right now too. And then my last one is over here, to love, to be loved as we are. And it's a bit about, staying in the present. And maybe being okay with what's happened in the past, revisiting it with maybe revisiting people and experiences, being a little bit more open. And then, of course, all the little cracks in between all of that are all of my screw ups and all of the things that, I may not be doing there. And that's okay too, right? Because we got to stay human. And the really neat thing about the tree though, is in all of its majestic ways, all of the roots, and we know the roots go down low and deep and far. We know that if we ever do any kind of digging in the garden, you're like, where did this root come from? It's so far away from any kind of tree. The thing is there's just that really, really, really amazing piece about the tree that you're going to laugh right now, because I had that idea in my head and I've totally forgotten it. But again, I said I am not canceling this video. So, oh yeah, it's the flexibility. It is the flexibility. Rigidity, being strict, being just focused, and also being about, this was my plan. No. This is my plan. This is what I want to do, but it's not happening. You keep butting up against things that aren't allowing it to happen. Can we let it go? Can we surrender? Can we be flexible? Because rigidity just doesn't, it really, really doesn't work. Yeah. So anyways, that's my offering to you guys, that tree. Maybe do that drawing for yourself. Take some time to just get quiet. Maybe put that meditation back on that I did at the beginning of the class. It's all right there for you. And see where it takes you. Or reference back to maybe some of the writings you did after that meditation on Sunday and see where you're at. Just let it evolve. No judgy. No judgy. You're absolutely perfect and beautiful and gorgeous the way you are. Keep being you. See you soon.